how mad does this make you right here? You got C-3PO, Episode 1, Grievous in the background. You know, like it's supposed to be Anakin with Darth Vader, the Shadow. Because no Grievous.
No Grievous.
Okay.
No Grievous.
And the reason why we're talking about this is that there was this supposed leak. Which we don't know if it, but it's starting to look like everything on the leak happened. Like the random ships, IG 2000
B-28 bomber,
but
C-3PO.
So Grievous didn't happen, right?
Out of everything on that list,
everything on that list. But Arcade Raid or a mythic tier. Probably, what do you think, to the Rancor Raid or the Heroic
Rancor Raid is so, I mean, Rancor Raid for sure. That is 100% outdated.
Yeah, nobody plays it. Do you play it much? I can't remember.
If I see the raid going, I don't make it a thing. It
disappears in 10 minutes, though,
right? It disappears in 10 minutes, yeah. But we have a 24-hour rule, and then after 24 hours, you can come in. If I see it, I auto it with some fun teams.
Okay, well, go to the thing. And the reason why we're talking about this is because the leak mentioned mythic tier raids and then data miners. And I usually discount data miners, right? I don't really know. I mean, but it's just all like, seems like they mentioned a new feature in the data mine called Arcade Raids.
Yeah.
And then it says Arcade Raid overkill percentage label. And it looks like it was some sort of like challenge mode. And you got bonuses. And they had all of these bonuses. And I don't really want to get into it because I want to see it.
Yeah.
But I just want people to know that, hey, this is something exciting might be coming. Is some sort of variation to the Rancor Raid. Or maybe I hope not the Sith Raid. But you know what I mean? But it's like you know, Rancor Raid, Heroic, I mean, it's great content that was really good. It's just kind of outdated and old. And so they also had a, basically there were some bonuses here, like a topple bonus that's not in the game yet.
Yeah, let me pull that up here.
Yeah, and then it was like, okay, like this stuff is not in the game right now. So these are all data mine, and data mine stuff is
the timing of all this is kind of weird because we had that screenshot. It predicted everything. Chewbacca, IG 2000 B-28 bomber, C-3PO.
Right.
Mythic Raids was on this back in August, and all of a sudden we're getting all these data mines about it.
Right. Well, and then that takes us to the next thing. Original Trilogy Falcon.
Yeah.
And, you know, I put it on Twitter, best node in the game, the Jango Fett node with the Hound's Tooth. And now all of the Bounty Hunter ships are hard node farmable. And so that means there's 4 Bounty Hunter ships, right? And boy, that seems like CG predictableness, right? That they're going to make OT Falcon legendary ship, and it's going to be the Bounty Hunter ships required to unlock it. That just seems like they would do that 100%. Don't you agree they would do this 100%?
Whenever OT Falcon comes to the game, it's 100% going to be a legendary event. And what else could you really do for? I mean, yeah, you could probably construct some sort of ideas, but really, Bounty Hunter ships.
Doesn't this make you excited though? This node right here. This is a great node.
It's better than Stormtrooper.
Oh, it didn't make sense.
Yeah, but Stormtrooper didn't make sense. It would have been cool if Bosk was there, but that's whatever. But Jango Fett and that's good. Jango Fett's a great character. Bosk is the best ship in the game or something like that.
Right.
Definitely up there. So very good node. But looking at the whole Bounty Hunter situation, I mean, why else would they spam us with Bounty Hunter ships? Everything had a purpose according to them, and Bounty Hunter ships are definitely kind of out there. And I feel like after 1 or 2 more Bounty Hunter ships, we should be ready for a some sort of original trilogy Falcon. It's going to happen one of these days. What's the missing piece? I don't quite know.
Yeah, and then some people have been telling me that the Hound's Tooth protection thing is not working correctly. Have you seen that comment?
Yeah, because you know why?
All right.
You know why?
I don't know. I don't really understand what's wrong with Hound's Tooth, but I do know what's wrong with Nest, and I do know what's wrong with Size.
Nest connects to everything.
Nest, it's all about Nest, right?
Yeah, I have the post here. Let me pull it up. And why don't you explain to the lovely people that how various things...
how Nest works?
It sucks, man. It's like these things take forever to farm and gear. I know some people just got Nest to 7 stars. It's about that time of year where people are getting those characters to 7 stars, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait. It's just not working as intended. I know you're partially happy because you're a Revenant.
No. It's just I think it should have been handled differently.
Handled differently, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, let's just get into it. Nest was nerfed into oblivion.
God.
Nest is an amazing character. I'm not saying Nest is done, right? No. Nest is still.
Yeah, it's just against Revan that she lost viability.
Nest was vital right now in Revan, and Nest is no longer viable in the arena because bonus protection is based off of max health.
It's so weird.
Why? You know, and actually, I got a message from the developers saying, because I made that video, and they're like, yeah, okay, we're going to look into this because it's not listed in, you know, the leadership for Bastila, bonus protection on Treya, there's all Nest. It's all based off max health. People are modding it wrong. So hopefully they put it in the tag or something like that. But here's the thing is that it got nerfed. It got fixed. It wasn't working as intended. And right when people were getting it 7 stars, and if you're a free-to-play player, like Nest was one of the viable options. I mean, but here's the thing. It allowed you to win on offense. I don't think it held well on defense, but the point is it doesn't work against Revan. Revan can just blast through Nest. Before there was this Kira lead, Hermit Yoda with Nest with like no speed, high tenacity, crit immunity, and she would just one-shot the team. You saw me. Yeah. You were standing in the hallway there. And I was like, what is there's like a 3-star Kira killing my team. And I was like, what's going on? So they found out about this a month ago. And they fixed it, which I think they should have. But they should have fixed it a month ago. Or they should have fixed it when the character came out. But now everybody was like going to use this team. Especially in Grand Arena. That would have been useful in Grand Arena, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, imagine Ness could take out a lot of teams by herself on, like, defense. Right. Just put her on defense, and she's either going to time out the other team, or she's going to take out the other team. I mean, very few teams can beat her.
Or you could take those 3 characters, you know, which you wouldn't place on defense, you could put them on offense versus a Revan team, put it on autoplay, and you can win. Because it had to be at 4x for it to work. Because you do have to do it quickly. Yeah. 1x would probably, or 2x would time out. But anyways, Ness got nerfed into oblivion.
Still good characters, lost viability against Revan and all the Aura Sing teams, Maul teams, Jedi Training Rave, R2D2 teams.
What do you think about it?
I think it all came down to a definitional interpretation, and it's such a minor change in interpretation, but it made a huge difference.
Right.
And the problem that I just mainly have is that it always sucks. They do this way after people bought the characters, and people spent several months farming and gearing the characters, and all of a sudden they change something so drastically. Like now, like why do I want to farm Ness? He's not really on my high priority
and all
list.
those videos we made with Maul lead or JTR with R2D2, so that the focus fire went on
Nest.
Nest. But so basically, what happened was she was gaining bonus protection off of her max health at the start of battle, and now it is based off of her current health. So basically, it got nerfed. It doesn't work anymore. I mean, you can get more detailed than that, but it just doesn't work anymore, and that's fine. So
and I don't think they're going to change it to max protection, giving you the max protection bonuses. That's how it should have been, I think, but because of Revan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No one's happy about the Revan squads.
Let's talk about Grand Arena.
Grand Arena.
Post came out today.
Yes.
We're all playing basically a 1-round version of Grand Arena right now. So it's just 1 round. It's just like a miniature territory wars, right? But there's some details that came out in the post today, and they're saying they've got like the breakpoints for, like for me, I'm just over 4 million GP. Yeah. And so I have to do 7 defensive teams. You're at like 3.6, and so you have to do 6. And so and then they're also, which I really like, they mentioned that, this is kind of a territory wars knockoff, but in the future, when it's the full week-long event, it's going to be very different, including ships, 3-man teams, 3 versus team. They can do anything they want.
Yeah, certain requirements, they can limit it to, hey, you only can use resistance on here, first or there's so much they can do with it. And it's just the beginning. As they say, it's like season 0 or whatever it is. So obviously that means there's got to be a season 1, season 2, season 3. That's how like Fortnite does their thing. That's how Call of Duty does it. They call them seasons for each additional addition on top of it. So it'd be cool to see. I mean, right now it is just it's a different version of territories. And instead of relying on your guild filling up spots, you got to find it in your roster to be like, oh God, what am I going to do? I put some interesting teams on defense because you got to find that balance between a good team for offense and defense at the same time. So you don't want to dump everything on defense and vice versa. So it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out this first time around. This is just a test run.
Yeah, just a test run. I kind of like it. I'm kind of interested how to do it, and we'll see. I mean, it's good stuff. Okay, so we're going to talk about the last thing that happened this week was it came out, the announcement for the legendary C-3PO event is going to be Ewoks. Man. And they said the event is going to be difficult. So what that means to me is that it's going to be
Chewbacca level
difficulty, and I'm sure there's
a lot of happy people out there. I know that they're like, finally, my Ewoks are paying off.
And I, you know how there's like a PewDiePie counter right now versus T-Series. Some people are actually watching the number of Zetas on Chirpa.
Yeah.
Like it
over a day went up to like over 1,000.
Yeah, it went from like 9,000 people on SWGOH to like 10,000. I don't know the exact number, but it went up by like 1,000 Zetas. So there's 4 available Zetas on all the Ewoks, and the people that I've been talking to, the guy I did the interview with, said Chirpa is probably going to be.
Yeah, he's like, Veer is pretty much for Ewoks.
I wouldn't recommend anybody putting Zetas on anything currently, but there's a link up here in the top right-hand corner, which has an Omega priority. It has a Zeta priority. Then there's also what characters should be geared priority. So I'm trying to do the minimum right now, and so I'm trying to get my Wicket, Paplu, Logray, Ewok Elder, and Chirpa, which are those are the main 5. And what I've found out is that Tebow's the worst, and Scout can be substituted for, a lot of people don't have Logray or Wicket.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I am not sure if I'm gonna make the cut, to be honest. I'm almost at, I'm working on Elder first, because Elder I can use for other things, sort of. So he's almost at Gear 11.
I got mine almost at Gear 12.
I just don't want to do Gear 12 Ewoks right now. I don't feel that dedicated to them. But I feel like this is going to be an event that requires
Where's
that.
your Paplu at? That's where
Paplu's at Gear 7, so he needs work.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to... I mean, I think a lot... All these weird factions that we need this year. I mean,
you don't like the Ewoks.
I don't hate them. They're not a very desired faction for me. I mean, like, they're just okay for a bunch of things, but I'd rather work on other things. Like, I'd rather work on Night Sisters or Phoenix before I ever work on Ewoks. And I keep saying, I'm gonna work on Night Sisters next, but I end up keep pushing it down the road and down the road. They're a useful faction. I have nothing really against them in terms of viability in the game. They're good for AAT raids, Sith raids. They have purposes.
But what if that's like the ultimate Grand Arena team that we don't know about?
It could be. We don't know
like a
yet.
3-man squad of, who knows, Wicket.
Chirpa, Wicket, and someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows, right? Ewok Elder, who knows?
It's a good faction to have as an extra territory war, territory battle team, Grand Arena team. So it's going to pay off. Just my thing is, I mean, I don't 100% blame the developers because we've had this for over a year and a half now at the reworks. I just never decide to invest in them.
Now, for me, the Chewbacca event... with the bounty hunters was my favorite legendary event till date. 100%. A lot of people didn't like it. How long did it take for you to finish it?
The 7th tier alone took about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
I said about 2 hours for me, and I just found that to be highly. I really felt like I earned my Chewbacca.
Yeah, I remember you were jumping.
I was jumping around.
I almost punched a hole in the wall when
you weren't sure if you were recording.
Yeah, I was freaking. I was like, oh man, I better record this because technical issues happen and stuff like that. But I don't know. The bounty hunters were like a satisfying faction to gear up. I mean, they have ships. They're good in a variety of things. Unless
you don't get satisfied by Ewoks?
Are they releasing Ewok gliders that I don't know about or something?
Right.
I don't know. I gotta gear them up. I just want something to make droids better. I think C-3PO is gonna get it. The thing I'm wondering about is how you think people are gonna be attracted to this this pack. Look at all these packs they have in the store, man. They're time to milk the whales, am I right? But they have this pack right here. All these gold pieces. I don't know what I'm going to be quite short on yet, but I mean, most of these pieces are pretty good, with the exception of
these eyeballs.
With the exception of the laptops over here, which we have.
That's not good. Those would be better if they were the 4s.
Yeah, we have. Stun guns. I mean, pretty much everything is useful except the laptops.
Yeah, that's a good pack.
$4.99 crystals. I know people were saying, "Hey, is this worth it?" I was like, I might make a video on it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, the event's coming. I'm thinking September 14th. Is that what you're thinking as well?
Well, let's see. I'm thinking a week from...
Because remember when they teased it.
Yeah, it was 12/14.
12/14.
Well, things usually... What day of the week is it? Thursday?
Well, usually, I mean...
It's probably a week from Thursday. I would say next week sometime.
Next week. Yeah, it's going to be next week sometime. So I don't know if I'll be able to get all the gear in time. And, man, I don't know. I think we need to see C-3PO's kit to see how much we should go crazy about it. But the thing is, legendaries have been pretty good lately.
Legendaries
C3, what are they going to do with this guy, man?
I don't know. Legendaries are always relevant. Even when they don't seem relevant, like BB-8 didn't at first, they're always relevant.
BB-8 took a couple months to become appreciated.
Yeah, and BB-8's a good legendary. So it's going to be useful. I mean, definitely.
Man, oh, man.
Right.
At least we have the characters of 7 stars, but it's the gear crunch that's coming down to the wire now. And people have them geared up. They've been around for a while. They just weren't something that was on our radar. No one really was expecting to use them. Some people are hearing about Ewoks for the first time. People are like, oh, I never knew Ewoks were actually that good.
Right.
Last video we made about them was a year ago, and I remember the devs weren't happy that I kind of bashed on them a little bit.
Well,
punishment for hating on the Ewoks so much, because they came out during the Rex minute.
Hey, man, I zated my Chirpa a year ago.
England is your city?
England is my city. That was a fun video. But so I did it because I was bored.
You're bored.
I don't know what happened. I just did it.
I don't know.
I don't know. But like, it might pay off. It might pay off. Right?
That's a lot of the extra juice for your Ewoks right there. You might not have to get the Gear 12.
It's the main one to get if you're going to do a Zeta. That's the one. Yeah. All right. Well, now it's time for the giveaway.
What do we got?
Okay, I really hope you liked this video today, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free.
What are we getting? In
your account.
Yeah.
An 8-star Santa Claus riding a Raindar that is halfway a Harley Davidson.
This is not a scam.
What is that? That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Poor reindeer. It's been demented. This is like the
That's
human
like Darth
centipede.
Maul right there.
It's like Darth Maul, Mechanical Mauls right there. There's your thumbnail right there.
I mean, we're going through the office, and I don't know if you noticed that we decorated here with the lights.
We spent all afternoon, right?
Yeah. Because there was leftover stuff in the closet. This was an insurance building. Yeah. So they left over some like stuff from, and we like, let's go buy some stuff. I was like, nah, there's a closet full. There's a whole closet full of Christmas stuff. And so we got a tree. And so I think mostly it was, I wanted to wish everybody out there a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate, that's fine, but happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, I hate holidays.
Mostly Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.
Woo!